So we made a simple change from the last video. Previously, when we were getting a chat message, we were just making this object and putting it into here. And that's all it ever was a single message every time. Now what we've done is we've made a conversation array, and we're just passing that conversation array every time. And if we never changed the array, it would be nothing and it wouldn't be helpful, but we're pushing our message onto it every time. And then when we get a response back, before we return, in order to log it. Before we do that, we also push the assistant, like the LLM's response onto it. So it'll have like a user message, assistant message, user message, assistant message. Will follow that pattern. And it'll just grow. And so when we call the LLM, again, it knows nothing. It only knows what we tell it. And so what we're passing it is not just a single message, but a history. And each time, so let's just test this out here. So my name is Gary. So previously it didn't understand, couldn't keep track of that. And so I say, what is my name? It's gonna be able to say your name is Gary because we're passing it three messages the second time. So the first time it was just this message. The second time we send it, we send all these three messages. And I'll say, what is your name? So when I sent this message, I actually sent all of these messages. So this is going to be important for like a future topic around like managing agent context. This grows a lot over time. So like if you the 20th message, you're not just sending one message, you're sending the entire history. Because whenever you call this method here, it knows nothing. There's no memory of what happened before. We are creating the illusion of memory by passing it all of our history all at once. So if you have like 100 line, like 100 back and forth conversation, just know that the 101st message you send, you're sending all those 100 messages along with it, because that's the only way it's going to know. It's a goldfish, doesn't know anything other than what you tell it. And so in this case, we're giving it this history, and it's just going to, and at the end of the day, all it is doing is auto completing, right? Like it's just like um, calculating or inferring the next token, and it's going to infer the next token based off of right now this conversation. But this is really great because it gives us it starts to become useful now. I'll show you an example of it. So um, if I was to ask it what happened on D17 for Node.js, there's a security incident. Is what happened then. So it's going to say I don't know. All I know is my training data. This is a future date based on my training data. I don't know what's going on. And so like a model by itself is kind of not very useful. Like that's basically what we got with ChatGPT in 2022. Like it was obviously very exciting, but in terms of doing like real work, like you have to depend on whatever it was trained on. And so like no like relevant current data, things that are happening to you today or in your business today or whatever, none of that. It knows nothing about any of that. It only knows what you tell it. So in this case, what it knows is a history of a conversation. So what I could do is give it this article. Here is an article on what happened. Read it. So it's going to read it based on the article, and then I can ask questions about it because whatever I send is going whatever I send with my question is going to also send all of this stuff as well. So what are the key takeaways from this and advice for future me? So that sentence alone would make no sense in our last video because that would be all it would know. But because it knows the past in our conversation history, it's useful all of a sudden. So we can jam some content that's current um, into the conversation history and then start asking questions about it. And this already is like super useful, and this is what people were doing in 2022 and getting a lot of value out of LLMs, doing it this way. But this is like the first example of giving it something that is relevant to us so that it can work on it. In this case, working on it means it's reading the text and then able to reason about it and answer, limited questions about it.